In Islamic faith, we have 5 pillars. Most of you might have known it. The first one is prayers, 5 times during the 24 hours, every day, 7 days a week. Number 2 is zakat. It's Arabic word zakat means due to the poor. Every Muslim, it's a duty on every Muslim, at the end of each year, you can have your own, say, all right, I'm going to end my year in June, August, September, whatever it is. At that point of time, whatever surplus money you have after paying all your debt and everything. For example, I have got leftover $1,000. On that, I am duty bound to pay 2.5% into a fund. But now we don't have fund. In the olden days, in Makkah, they used to have what they call it the Baitul Mal, the treasury, where everyone paid in there, and from the treasury it was paid to the poor. But what we do nowadays is we go directly to the poor. And the first people that are recipient of your poor due are your family members. And then if you've got sufficient fund there, you can go on. Saum is fasting. You people who have had the one Ramadan. Fasting during Ramadan for 30 days at the sighting of one moon through until the sighting of the next moon. Ramadan, which falls in the 9th month of Islamic calendar. Islamic calendar is based on a lunar moon sighting, which every year changes between 10 and 12 days. Then comes Hajj, which is the pilgrimage to Makkah, once in your lifetime, during the month of Zil Hijjah, Zilhijjah, which is the last month in Islamic calendar. So that's 5 pillars of Islam. And we are going to touch on Hajj, pilgrimage. Now I'm going to answer the question that was sent to me. Here you are. The first was, what does pilgrimage mean to you? Hajj is a duty on every able Muslim. And when I'm saying able Muslim, physically, he is well enough to travel, strong enough, have financial means to pay for the travel to Makkah and to perform Hajj and leave enough funds for the family whilst you are away to maintain the daily life. The next question, when did I do my first Hajj? Please stop me and ask any question on any of those points that you're not quite clear. Have you participated in Hajj? When? If I did, why not? If I don't, and why? Yes, my first Hajj was in 1994. There was 5 people in my group, and they were all my 2 sisters, my nephew and my brother-in-law. The father was there. And then again I went in 2004, which was 10 years, almost 10 years later. In 2004 I took a larger group of family members. I will touch here very briefly that while Hajj is becomes compulsory, or a person is eligible for Hajj, providing they have those means that I talked about earlier. Ladies cannot go on their own. They must be accompanied by a word in Arabic is mahram, M-E-H-R-A-M, mahram. Mahram means the person who is not allowed to marry you. So he goes as a guardian. And if you don't have a mahram, you don't have to go and you won't be accountable to that. But Allah, the Creator, knows better. Number 3 was, what was your preparation before the Hajj? One has to read, talk to the people that have been to Hajj, be prepared mentally and physically. When you arrive in Makkah, a guide is being given to you, and he knows all that is required to perform for a successful Hajj. We must be prepared and learn at a different point there are different prayers are to be performed. For example, when you're going round and round in a circle around the black stone, it's a house, as a matter of fact it's a house with an empty room inside it. There's nothing inside, just four bare wall and a couple of pillars inside holding the roof, which is of concrete. What you read, so you prepare yourself with those. And am I getting through to you? Number 4, how did you fulfill Allah's commandments? Minimum. We all try our best to follow the commandments of our Creator as much as possible. Talk about in our daily life, do and don'ts that are laid down in the Quran, Quran, that is the revealed book, like Bible, the Book of Solomon, the Torah, the tablet of Moses, which is Quran, is a revelation which was brought in down from God by Archangel Gabriel. So it lays out clearly, for example, and a Muslim youth, who he is entitled to marry, who he should marry. Sometimes you do hear, I don't know whether you are aware of this, that Arab girls are being forced to marry their cousin or something, or their uncle, a distant uncle. So Quran has laid out, for example, you can't marry your mother's sister. You can marry your foster sister, providing she hasn't, the mother hasn't fed any of your siblings. So the Quran has laid it specifically, very clearly, who is it you are entitled to get married. So those are the do's and the don'ts. I mean, basically, don't lie, don't cheat. What is good for you should be good for the next person. It's not that I've taken a shirt out that's torn, I won't wear it and I give it to a poor person. That is not an alms that you're giving away. We all try our best to follow Allah's commandments as much as possible. By the way, the Quran will give you, and I'll give you an example. The Quran says prayer 5 times. Before sunrise, midday, afternoon.
Good morning, students. Would Alan Anderson return to the RTC? Alan Anderson, return to the RTC. Thank you.
And one after the sunset. But it doesn't say how many parts in each of the prayer or how to pray. Whether you take your hand up to your lobes, tie it down here, bang, and then prostrate on the ground. It doesn't give you that. So when the Prophet Muhammad, peace be on him, you might have heard of him, the Muslim Prophet, and a couple of years ago there was this cartoon about Muhammad and all the Muslims are uptight about it. his tradition has been recorded. So he then said, right, before sunrise, just before sunrise, you